Howdy folks, it's AJ the Hunting Gear Guy. This is a Browning A-Bolt. This is a discontinued rifle that Browning brought out. I thought I had a review on it, but I guess I didn't. My buddy had one. I think I reviewed it maybe before I was on YouTube, probably before I was on YouTube. So I got this one for an incredible steal at Cabela's, so I bought it, and now I'm going to give you the review. Before we get too far, yeah, it's empty. Let's take a closer look at this rifle. All these rifles are going to be used. I'm going to be reviewing this thing as if it is used, just in case you're looking at getting one of these things, or if you buy one of these things and you didn't know anything about it. It's got a decelerator pad on the back, but given the vintage, it might not decelerate that much. Like, it's pretty firm. This one's in 300 Win Mag, so it's going to have some recoil. Yeah, not bad. I do like the safety nice up on the back here. I like a tang safety because it's very easy to move that back and forth, lefty or righty. So if you pull that back and you put it on safe, that is going to lock the bolt. And if you push it forward to fire, then you can run the bolt. We have a cocking indicator right there as well. So you saw that this thing's empty, but just so you can show you, there's our cocking indicator gone. So we can see that the rifle's not ready to fire. The bolt itself has a nice short throw. So I've got a really large scope on this thing. And you can see I am nowhere near getting my hands close to that scope because it has a nice short throw on it. This is one of the earlier rifles that had the 3-lug design in order to keep that nice short throw. Speaking of the bolt, it's got kind of a weird, you see that angle on it? It's got a bit of a, it's not a ball, so it's a bit of a weird shape. I would prefer a ball because I like to run the bolt in the palm of my hand, just like that, instead of using my fingertips because it's just more gross action. It's easier to do for me. So I like the safety, I like the bolt. The bolt does have a release on the side right there. So if you pull back on the bolt and then push that in, that'll let your bolt out. And there we can see that 3-lug design that it has. Yeah, it's decent. This one has a little bit of wear on it. This rifle was well loved, but it doesn't look abused or anything like that. The magazine on this thing is weird. This has one of the weirder magazines out there. Okay, so this spring-loaded push button here actually holds the floor plate in. Once you press it, the floor plate will fall down, and then there's a magazine. So a hinged floor plate and detachable magazine, both. They got rid of this when they went to the X-Bolt. So I guess the advantage to this, the bottom has a nice big piece of steel on there. You can drop this thing on this piece of steel. It's not going to hurt the magazine. Whereas on, especially some newer detachable mags that are plastic, you drop it on this part here, it's going to do some damage. So it's got a slight advantage to durability there, but who cares? Magazines are like $50, $60, $70 these days. So why would I care about that? I don't know, old-timey ways of looking at it. The other thing I don't like about it is that it doesn't quite spring open sometimes, so you have to kind of push it hard. And then that thing comes out and you can load it up. It's a double stack magazine. It does come apart fairly easily, so if you need to, you can just kind of push up and get rid of that floor plate there, and then you can get your the rest of it. Which side did I get this out of last time? Oh, right at the top. Let's just get that thing out of there. And that's how our floor plate kind of sits there. Kind of an interesting design rather than just using like a double spring like everyone else does. It's got kind of like a different style of spring on there. So I'm just going to go ahead and put our magazine back together. So let's get that floor plate in there. Just like so. And then these we're just going to push down. And we're going to get this part on. Just kind of underneath there. Underneath, and it clicks in place just like that. So pretty user serviceable. No little tabs to break or bend or wear or anything like that. No plastic. This is an older rifle design, so this is like pre-plastic era here, right? Well, not pre-plastic. What am I saying? Make everything out of plastic. Like, this was an era when the plastic stock was like, oh, I don't know about that. I don't know about that new technology. So metal mag, metal floor plate. More metal parts on this thing. Yeah, we got a plastic stock. Metal sling studs. When people like, so I want to talk a little bit about the AB3. They released the AB3 and they're like, oh, that's the A-Bolt 3. Well, it must be better, right? Nah, in my opinion, it's not. The X-Bolt, sure. The X-Bolt has a better like detachable magazine. The A-Bolt 3 is like that's their budget version of their of Browning's rifles, right? So it's not going to be quite as nice as some of their other ones. And speaking about nice, let's try that trigger out. So it's got a nice wide trigger shoe on it. It's got some serrations on it. Let's see what it pulls at. And we're just at 3 pounds, which is very reasonable for a hunting rifle. And much more than that you wouldn't really want to have. Let's just see what that looks like on camera. So no creep on there, just a nice break. What you'd expect for a rifle that you spend this much money on, right? These things would have been right around $1,000 to $1,500, depending on which version you got when you got it. But keeping in mind, 10 or 15 years ago, right? We haven't seen these for a while. And you can see the old-timey ideas in a couple of other places. We've got flathead screws on the bottom here, no Allen on the bottom. You typically these days you'd see like a 5/32 or something like that. We've still got flathead screws on the bottom of this thing. We've got like a little bit of like, I don't know, it's not gold. I think it's just like yellow paint on the inlay here. These were made in Japan, by the way. So these are Japanese rifles coming in with Browning. Browning makes their stuff all over the place. Their rifles and yeah. All over the place. Ammo, rifles, all over. Yeah, it says made in Japan, imported into Utah and Montreal. Pretty long barrel on this one, and that's because it's in 300 Win Mag. But it's also fairly light because it does have a fairly skinny barrel. So it's not putting a lot of weight on there. It is very comfortable to hold up on your shoulder, and that balance point is just where you think it should be on a rifle like this. So should you get an A-Bolt? Only if you can get a good deal on it. I mean, if you can get a good deal, why not? I think the thing I don't like about it is, again, that. I'd rather just stick a magazine in. You know, think about it here in Alberta when you're going hunting. You're hunting on, let's say, one side of the property. Fine, you load it up, do all your things, you know. You want to go across the highway and hunt on the other side. Well, you have to unload your gun on the highway. So you have to, you know, do this. Take this out. Put that in your pocket. Take the round out of the chamber. Put that one in your pocket. And then go across the road. Let's see. How am I going to do this? I might just run it in the mag there and just go one down. So rather than doing, you know, 4+1 or what have you, or 3+1, depending on Magnum or not, I might just load the magazine and just run it in like that, rather than having to put it in the chamber, push this down, and then get that last one in. Not a great experience loading this thing up. There's a lot more steps for some extra durability that I don't really know if I'm going to use. I mean, does the looks look better? Maybe like marginally, but that like you're also losing on like this is from the era where these plastic stocks were quite a bit more utilitarian, and not they weren't like molding anything fancy into it, right? So it's a little bit simple on that side. But if you can get a good deal on it, there's still a fantastic hunting rifle. Still a really nice short bolt throw on it. Still nice and lightweight. Great trigger on them. And still very competitive stuff out these days, especially on the lower end of the bolt action hunting rifles. Anyways, thanks for watching.